Well, we are ready for our next run, so I'm going to give you all to Jelly Dots with Gaia attack. Good luck, Jelly.
Okay, hey everyone. Today I'm gonna be playing Gaia Attack. This is gonna be a short platformer slash beat 'em up. I see some people waving there, and it's gonna consist of 4 stages, and it's better if I just show you. So let's just get into it. We could have had a name, completely forgot about it, so we're just gonna play as BSG. So I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. So as you can see, the game immediately gives you a preview of what you have to beat. And in part, it's not really an auto. Well, parts of it are an auto scroller, and other parts you have to defeat waves of enemies. And oh, should probably not get hit. Might be a good strat. So yeah, overall, there's you have a variety of moves. This is just a regular attack. If you move directional, you can do an up directional attack, which works like that. Actually boosts the enemies up. You can also do this sort of dive attack. Oh, this one. That one's not going to be useful too much because it's actually kind of risky, since you dive exactly downwards. And this is a checkpoint. Those are going to be very important for the speedrun because, yeah, otherwise you have to do a large number of sections all over again. So you may have noticed that there's also some yellow orbs coming out from the yellow enemies and the yellow crates. Those are going to be useful for special attacks. Let's see if I can show one of them off here. If there's any enemy. There. And that's pretty much the entire moveset of the game. Speedrun wise, it's mostly dependent on knowing where all the enemies kind of spawn. And just hoping that you get good luck overall with because the crates and their health, like you see some of them are colored, that's RNG. So here we enter another wave section where we have to defeat all the enemies before we can make progress. Oh. You also start seeing these bigger guys. They take, I think, 3 hits. Oh. And since this is a beat 'em up, you can also combo enemies into each other to give some extra damage. Yeah, and here's a pretty trolly part with enemies gonna spawn. I'm not sure if there's any donations, but if there are, this would be an okay time.
We don't have any donations, but I can tell a little bit about the good cause that we are doing at the moment because we are raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. 95% of your donations will go to the Dutch Cancer Society. The other 5% will help improve BSG, and if you donate more than €5, you have a chance to win a Steam code of Action Hank. And
Action Hank.
Yeah, and this is provided by True Black Shark. So if you really want that game, please donate.
That's a good game. And that was enough time to enter the boss fight, which as you can see is going to be against the pirate. Every boss fight is... I actually assumed it was the same pirate, but actually on inspection today I actually discovered it was actually 3 pirates. Or 4 actually. So yeah, in the first one it's very easy, you just beat him up constantly. He doesn't really defend himself that properly. So the first one is very straightforward. The ones that follow will actually start doing more advanced moves, like they will block your attacks, they will start rolling to dodge you. That's gonna be somewhat RNG, but I think we're gonna manage. If you paid a bit of attention, you notice that not only did the theme of the stage change, also our hero changed. Now we're a mouse. And his power actually is Desert, which is pretty similar to the previous one, but this time he summons a lot of sand. Also, these enemies are new. Paragliders. They can be a bit annoying when you enter this wave room, because they can just fly off the screen and you'll lose a bit of time there. Also, that big enemy, you don't want him to drop because he'll fall all the way down to the bottom, and you'll lose a bit of time from that. I think this should be the last one. Oh, no. Kite guy. And in this auto-scrollers, you may have noticed that at the bottom there's spikes. Probably not a good idea to run into those. But that's... for the first two stages, that's not going to be a big problem.
I heard Autoscroller, are you ready for a donation?
Oh, yeah, sure.
We got a €6.50 donation from Sniper Wave saying, now that I'm awake, here's the promised money. €1.50 for the char and an extra 5 for accidentally cursing on stream.
Wow. Someone cursed on stream? That's not good. So yeah, you may have noticed that there I stayed at the bottom. That was just because those enemies will slowly spawn and then they'll just jump into you, and that would have been pretty annoying to deal with. And they're here, but I'm not gonna show that because otherwise I'll take damage, like I just did. Ouch. Let's see if I can manage this. Slowly the stages become a bit harder. Not just in the paths you have to take, but in the actual enemy placements. You become a slightly more trolley. Here you see the ship arriving again. It always arrives at the same way, same fashion, always shooting 3 bullets. Oh. And you always have to kick off one of them so that you can climb on top of his rope. Gonna grab that checkpoint for safety. And then we're just gonna beat this guy up again. Once he's in that hit combo, he actually can't escape unless you drop him. So hopefully, yeah, there I'd rather just use the power. And you also see the guys jumping up from the bottom. Oh, and he's starting to block. And yeah, that should be a kill. So yeah, that's the second stage. There's gonna be 4 of them, so we're halfway through the game. But that was the easy half. Now we're gonna enter the more trolley stages. This is gonna be the ice stage. Don't remember what animal we are. Oh, squirrel. Because squirrels live in Antarctica, I guess. These enemies you're seeing there with the spears, they're very annoying if you're playing this casually. They will actually jump over you, like that one just tried. And you see that spike of ice there? That has caused a lot of runs. Oh, and that guy is just flying around, costing us a bit of time. Ouch. So there's none of them land on top of me. Oh, he tried. And now we're gonna enter another wave point. This time with these guys. If you're on a horizontal line with them while they're standing, they will actually shoot a cannonball at you. It's not too much of a problem, but like that. And then they'll lose their cannon. Not a very efficient way of fighting, but it's their choice. Oh, that's also not efficient. 1 death. Once you take a death, you have to do the section you're on over again. So say now we're in this wave. So now I have to do that whole wave over again. And if you're on the auto-scroller section, you have to do that auto-scroller section over again. Not sure which of the two is worse, actually. Kinda depends on which section we're talking about. Oh, one more hit. There we go. And I think we have to go to the right here. Okay, just try to hit me. And yeah, okay, we got it. So if you went to the left there, you wouldn't have gotten a checkpoint, and you would have to, if you died, you'd have to go to the bottom again, do the entire auto-scroller section again. It's trolly things like that make the game casually a bit more surprisingly trolling. Ouch. Ouch. How much health do I have? Can take that a bit safer then. Yeah. Here you see the cannon guys. Now they can show off their moves, while we just casually wait for them to attack. And that one doesn't really pose any threat. Oh. 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 Game. Oh. Set up. No, just kidding. The boss, even though you see their ship in the background, they will not actually start attacking you until you destroy all the enemies here. So this is just basically the final wave. So now I have to kill this guy and then the ship will actually attack me. Oh. No. Guess I'll just take the time to destroy that again. You also need to destroy their pumps. Not really sure what's in them. Maybe it's just pumping oil, but there's not really any ground there, so magic. Gonna take this rope again and checkpoints. Otherwise we'd have to do that over again. Oh, you actually got lucky there. Usually it blocks that one. Oh, that's perfect. Ouch. I think one more. Oh, actually blocked it. And I have 1 health, so I'd rather. That was worth it. So yeah, it's going pretty good besides those 2 deaths we took. So we're moving on to the final stage, and that's one's gonna be fire themed or lava. You see the mining over there. And we're actually gonna stay at the bottom. These are probably the worst enemies. They will, just like the boss, they will block your hits if you do it from up front of them. So this one you don't want to face him. And the same goes for this one. You also notice that these platforms light up. They will actually fall if you stand on them long enough. So overall the level design just got a bit more challenging. Oh. Let's get the save checkpoint. I'm actually gonna wait them off here. Because it's actually so much more harder to fight them in a more honest manner. See that? No. Yeah, I think we... Oh, there's one more. Get in there. And we're just gonna kill all of them like that. And this time we actually gotta go to the right, I believe. Ouch. Ooh. Yeah, very trolly enemies, those. Okay. Now we're pretty safe, I think. Oh. Yes. Okay, we got a checkpoint. There's gonna be one enemy here. And it's not... The other enemy spawn there, but this is another wave section. Kinda forgot the word there. Ooh, we got one of the yellow orbs. That's gonna be useful for the boss. Oh, and he just fell into the lava. Thanks for helping for the speedrun. These enemies will, unlike the cannon guys, they will keep shooting at you. It doesn't tend to be a problem. Ouch. Except that one usually if you're fast enough. But since I Took a bit of damage there. It actually managed to fit the timing. Oh. Let's see. Just one left. And that's gonna be... Now we're reaching up to the final boss fight. Oh. I see some top grade fly swatting in the background. So yeah, just the final boss. You don't really see it here yet. Hopefully you won't see it at all. But this I actually... Oh. Well, that's a small death. This guy actually blocks a lot more attacks. He will actually also attempt to dodge you. Like that. Oh, I actually have this. There we go. I'm gonna wait him and just hit him. It's a beat 'em up, so we gotta give some beat down here. Ouch. I kinda want this guy's power. Ouch. Yeah, thanks to those shooting enemies, this fight suddenly becomes a lot more challenging. So let's see if we can just get in this time. Oh. There we go. Ouch. Fix that real quick. This should be it. There we go. And that's, I think that's... Don't remember exactly the time, but I think... windscreen plates. So, time. So yeah, oh, 1644. That's not too bad. That's I think like, considering the deaths, that's actually pretty good. So there you see the ships in the background as the 4 heroes join. And then just look at the sunset. And we actually get to see how our scores. Right. BSG, 2nd place. So that's pretty good. So thank you for joining me. Not sure which one comes after this. Super Pets?
Up next is Palamedes by Shuri Bear.
Then I wish Shuri Bear good luck. I think he's ready, so yeah. Thanks for having me.
So before we're actually going to swap to Palamedes, we will be trying to fix some technical difficulties, meaning the stream will be offline for give or take 15 minutes. So to everyone watching, stay tuned for more BSG throughout the week.